Teams with a lot to prove and a fantastic opportunity to prove it. Ultimates versus Geekay to continue the World Championship of Lyon, France.
Ultimates versus Geekay. About to get started. Two very different tales of these two teams. Game one brought to you by Progressive. Geekay on a bit of an upswing lately as Ultimates have been sliding. But Geekay, they did finish second in their most recent tournament at EWC. Ultimates 9th through 12th, unable to make top 8 in the last two events. Granted, they did make the Raleigh Major while Geekay did not. So, Chronic taking this one. First Killer actually gets the first demo, and Chronic will strike first here. So Geekay feel a little bit of pressure to start 17 seconds in. A nice demo, and Joyo trying to make up for it, but nothing he could do for it. So a great opener there for First Killer. Give a little bit of space for Chronic, exactly what the team needs. Trying to get back on the right foot. They definitely aren't getting the results lately that they want. Ultimates, remember back in Birmingham, they made it the whole way to the grand final, and right up until they got to the grand final, we're looking like a real dangerous team, and well, like Corp does to most teams when they're on. They made mincemeat of them. But Ultimates, if this is how they start, LJ tries to bring it down, and First Killer, ball's knocked away. Geekay still feeling pressure here in the first minute. Up high for First Killer, tried to go wide. Joyo, no boost, and forced to give it up. Pretty good early on for Ultimates. Decent pressure. LJ closed his second man, but First Killer, recognizing, has already fallen back. Tries to give it back to LJ. Nice bump there for Geekay to try to finally get some possession. Joyo, low boost, no boost. Trying to get back to it, and Oli can't quite get it around Chronic. Chronic might have a 1v1 opportunity in front to Archie, who sits low, and it's a loose ball. Still the backboard's covered. Oli gets there in time. Geekay still under some pressure as Archie throws the ball back downfield. So LJ still sitting back, waiting to see how this play progresses. First Killer will come back and give him an easier play to look at. The Oli popped up a little bit as LJ finds a way back from the pass to First Killer. Up the wall, off the ceiling. LJ, did he get a reset there? It doesn't matter. It was all a feint. Chronic couldn't find the net. There was two Geekay defenders right there as First Killer puts it down. LJ, half flip. Whoa, he thought the challenge was coming, and Geekay unable to really get any kind of possession going. Even that, just to dump into the corner. Oli thinks he has the read on LJ. Oh my goodness, the mind games from Ultimates right now. They are playing with Geekay here in game number one. LJ, does he have a little bit more with it? Chronic, that's a great catch, but he gets bumped out of the way. Good response. Oli gets bumped in return. And the challenge from Archie will give a little bit of space, much needed space for Geekay. And the Ultimates, a very good opener in the first half of game one. They have the pressure, they have the mind games, looking very solid so far. Geekay still looking for a way in. Hard pinch there from Chronic. First Killer with the free touch, and Archie will have to try to clear this one out. But James, so far, the Ultimates, and a great job of putting pressure and really bullying Geekay off this ball and taking advantage of that with those mind games.
Certainly, and the Ultimates, they're going to have a big task ahead of them as well. Geekay has had some really good results recently. Oh, Joyo just hitting that one off the crossbar. This is a big series for the ego of North America, Jorby.
Joyo got demoed again. Definitely feels like Ultimates are in prove-it mode right now. But the desk was talking about it. This is, or at least Johnny was, this is the least trustworthy match of the day. It's Geekay, their inconsistency throughout the season. Ultimates, their consistent slide throughout the season. You just don't really know what you're going to get from either team, but Ultimates are showing us maybe we're going to get a little bit of that Birmingham Ultimates that made it the whole way to the grand finals.
First Killer. All eyes on First Killer. We know what he can do, lighting up the scoreboard. Now has a shot opportunity, and on cue, Jorby.
Absolute dot from First Killer. 70 kilometers per hour, but that's because it came off of a Geekay car. I don't know what the exit velocity was, but it was too much heat for Geekay to handle. Ultimates, a completely dominant game number one so far.
So far, so good, but still some time. See if GK can get back into this one. They do have a good attack mounting. Oli will stay on this ball. Flip, reset, pass forward. Joyo a little bit late to the scene. Could have gone for a bump or a redirect. Does get a tip back out into the middle, but LJ is there to contest. Oli using up all his boost to get back to that ball. A lot of time being melted off the clock.
LJ, not the greatest touch, but that also wasn't a good touch from Oli. Look at the midfield boost. Ultimates give them some space. Archie looking for some late game one offense where there has been absolutely none of it. You have one shot for Joyo, 2 shots for Oli. I think Archie has one to his name as well. But you almost have 3 goals for Ultimates off the post. Oli trying to find his way out, but it looks like this is Ultimates' game to lose for sure. The back pass will retain possession here for Ultimates.
This is a good-looking game for the Ultimates. Closing things down. Well, I think a lot of people split on which way this would go, and we'll get one more for the road for the Ultimates.
Definitely coming in, especially after how GK looked at EWC. At least for me, I felt like they had momentum coming into the World Championship. Ultimates on their slide, you think, okay, this is GK's rise, and this is Ultimates' fall, but GK, it's less of a rise, more just inconsistency with how their season has gone. And they're still trying to warm up in this series. They got demoed in the first 5 seconds.
This first game, you know, more of that.
GK need a whole lot, not game one. So, Ultimates, you start off well. GK, how do you respond? You don't get demoed, that's for sure. Keep an eye out for First Killer. Here he is on the go-ahead, but no boost, couldn't get that touch. LJ sweeps around 1. The other thing that Ultimates were doing so well, especially in the first half of that game, is they knew they were in GK's head. And they threw, I think, 3 fakes in a row at one point on one of those drives. And here they're driving again.
Pass through the
they got the demo.
Couldn't see what was happening.
Got completely smoked.
Smoke screened. Ultimates, well, they pick up where they left off. Look at the control from LJ, being able to touch it to the side, not having to jump and commit to that ball. We do see Oli be in position here, hoping Joyo could wedge that ball out. Chronic, 50 at forward. Archie, high hit off the ceiling. It bounces, and a very light shot. It's not really going to test the Ultimates. First Killer, taking it back down. Gets it by Joyo, but Joyo able to collect it.
Kind of musty pass. That didn't work at all. Not the cleanest gameplay right now from GK. First Killer with 2 taps, and Oli barely gets there.
And that was such a good touch by Oli. Knew he had to go fast, saved it off his own crossbar. But the Ultimates, they are breathing down GK's neck, not giving him any room to work with. First Killer up, goes for a 50. Bounces back down, and Oli will take this off the bounce, but it was a little bit hard for him to handle. Ends up giving up possession.
His car starts going too fast. He didn't take the ball with him. Still, the sloppiness from GK when they finally get possession. Unable to find a rhythm right now, but for all that, 2 minutes of gameplay, Ultimates have not found a goal. Archie looking for Joyo on the wing. Joyo having a boost to the ball. He steals the corner. Loses the 50 here. First Killer kicks Oli out of the way. Chronic trying to find Oli. Whoa, that is an interesting touch. Archie's trying to get a handle of it. He gets demoed.
They're still reeling. I mean, that touch has thrown GK off. They're trying to get their head back up above the water. They do so. Oli with a nice demo, and there's a 50 goes right out to Joyo, who ripped the shot, but another basic shot right on target, saved by the Ultimates.
That felt like their first solid opportunity. There's their second. Archie just misses it off the crossbar. Chronic gets demoed. GK finally starting to find their footing. Archie, hard hit off the back wall. Double tap denied. Double commit as well from Ultimates. But everyone's recovered quickly. No ill effects of it. Chronic, a heavy touch, but he wants to drill the ball. LJ wants the boost. Chronic misses the touch for the back pass. First Killer still wins the 50, forces Joyo off the wall.
Joyo in contest now. Archie also getting 50'd by LJ. Chronic doesn't get a touch. First Killer moves in, tried to get a reset double off the corner. Archie was able to get that boost and take it all the way downfield. There's a 50. And now back out into the middle of the field. Joyo beat heavily on that 50, and now the shot was contested again by Oli, who's had some really nice defensive plays for GK.
Two great touches there. That first one, he read that touch well ahead of time. And then the follow-up touch as well completely bailed GK out, but they can't get control of the ball. First killer drops it. Joyo avoids the bump. Chronic just trying to force that 50 into a spot where LJ can handle it. There's too many GK defenders in the area. First killer with a turn and swerve. Nice little flip off the wall, but can't quite get that 50. I think ultimates are starting to heat up again. LJ gets a quality touch, but can't get around Oli.
Archie up, now Chronic pinching across. LJ is looking for a gap. High hit by first killer. He was bumped off the ball, and Oli will look for a sidewall double. Didn't get the touch. Joy also low on boost. This is a dangerous situation for GK, but Archie comes in to boom it right on target, and that relieves a lot of pressure and allows GK to get some boost in position.
I've done it. Joyo actually found no canisters. He's been on the small pads, and Chronic will find the seam through the defense. Ultimates finally break through.
And LJ going up high. The flip reset pass over the defense, and Chronic barely tips that around Archie. GK, they struggled. It was Archie who got the big boom, got a little bit of space, but LJ taking that ball full field and getting that final pass out, picking up the pace of the attack, and that was the right call. The Ultimates now have the lead with only 30 seconds left in the game.
First killer with the ball, trying for another bump. Might be 1v2 if they can move quickly. It's a decent touch. You see him trying to get the GK attackers off of him. It's a whifty in front of the box. A little pass and chip, and it slips out to the side. First killer got a piece of it. Didn't get credited. No shot actually materialized, but Archie's got control. Joyo boosts out, and he's boostless. Oli's lost it completely, and Ultimates find an easy goal.
On this game, this series starting to get a little bit out of reach for GK. See Oli thinking maybe LJ was going to switch that up, go for a flip reset, but no, LJ just goes for that extra little touch around the defense. And that looks like all she wrote for GK.
GK just have not had nearly enough. Ultimates almost read that fake.
There was suspicion.
And is that good?
Oh,
off the bar and out. GK have yet of that last game, James, where you thought, okay, here's a good push for GK, and then they lost it completely. So first things first, they have to score a goal. Have not done that yet.
And that's, I mean, priority numero uno at this point is to get that first one. GK, they've been hot and cold at times. And remember, this is the team that had the miracle run as well. Had to win it all to make Birmingham. They did it. The Ultimates, though, made the grand finals at Birmingham, so I mean, despite recent results, gotta respect the ability of the Ultimates. Or not slowing down. Chronic off the sidewall and try to kickstart this attack. Got a little bit of a pinch off the ceiling as well. Tried to stay with it. Joyo hands it right off to LJ, who's got a full tank. This is really looking grim for GK.
Man, if we could look at the air dribble time for LJ in this series, I think he'd be at a minute plus total with how often he's been air dribbling right over GK. Chronic trying to support as LJ has no boost. Got a couple of pads for his effort. Scrum into the corner, and they kind of got tied up together, but first killer bails them both out. Archie will just send it away. That's all they can really do. GK just feel like they don't have any kind of control. They don't have the boost when they do have control. And so they punt it away when they finally get some space. Ultimate's still really dominant in terms of possession.
Back pass, you can see Oli just waiting there. He's saying, please, corner boost, come up, where are you? And finally does, and first killer takes it.
That's the tilter right there. As soon as you leave, first killer might have a little bit of space here. He's just gonna score for free. He had a headhunter downfield for him, and Ultimates keep on rolling.
And putting that boost to work. First killer up, over, down. You see the bump attempt as well on Oli, and boost troubles galore for GK. Ultimates have been starving them, and it makes it tough to do anything on defense.
Perfect loss on the kickoff from first killer. They give it to LJ, but the shot easily defended by Joyo. GK around the corner, quick shots denied. First killer had him red. Chronic waiting with a full tank off the backboard. GK are trying to press right now. They try to pass, but First Killer keeps on getting in the way. He's simply not giving GK any room to play with.
Chronic makes contact on the bomb. No touch there from Oli, but a fake from Oli. That was really nice. Gets it up and over First Killer as well. Buys some time, but LJ getting it past 2 lines of defense now. Gets a demo. GK, they're handling the pressure okay right now, but you can see no offensive opportunities whatsoever shaping up.
Still starved. Archie finally gets the midfield boost. But where can you go with this? Even there, the pass was defended. You saw a Ultimates player right there on the passing lane he wanted to go to. So he decides, well, it's just better if I don't hit it right back into Ultimates. They lose this 50. Maybe they finally can score here. Quick pass, 1, 2, 3, double tap, but no boost means no power. Not off the nose. First Killer gets bumped, tries to recover. Still trying to flip around. Oh, for Joyo.
Oh, that was a wild one. That's the first goal they scored. LJ needed to let that ball go into the corner. He was trying to streak into the play and help, but ended up making matters a little bit worse. And GK, I mean, you didn't write it up that way, Jorby.
Now, sometimes the best skits are improv.
And I think that was improv.
Yeah, I think so. 2 minutes left. GK, they have to find a way to turn improv into a solid possession, into actual pressure on Ultimates, because they really have not been able to generate much of anything. Can't play jazz all the time. Sometimes you have to put the music to the sheet. First Killer, nice double hit, but nobody was ready for it. Chronic actually wins the touch completely. LJ was in the area, but tried to be patient. First Killer back to LJ, coming off the wall to First Killer, back pass, the shot. Wow, Ultimates, what a passing play.
This passing play was astronomical. Look at the LJ back to First Killer. First Killer doesn't miss a beat on that pass. And then the shot from Chronic to finish it off. That was hype.
Man, First Killer, he had all the energy. LJ's like, yeah, great pass, man, on his face, but that was one of the sickest passes I've seen all season.
And I was going to comment on how fast LJ's been on the 50s, but even on that play, LJ is a step ahead. The GK needs to pick up the pace to match LJ, otherwise it's going to be over. And Jorby with this play, LJ to First Killer, it just might be.
That was smooth as butter. Look at this flick pass from LJ. Gets control, easy flick over the first defender, and First Killer has full faith that he's going to get that ball right on his nose. 1:13, GK, you got your first goal of the series, but Ultimates are taking your lunch.
Archie.
They can get something here.
Archie needs to get something going. Oh, and that's a dive by the third man. LJ does get bumped a little bit by Oli, but Oli also lands a bump on Joyo.
Been a scrappy series, at least for one team.
Ultimates have been so in control, Jorby. I mean, this is a statement series for the Ultimates.
It is. I mean, in my prediction sheet, James, I had GK. After watching Ultimates the last 2 tournaments, and after watching GK at EWC, I thought maybe GK are still on that up. But First Killer's putting them back down in the dirt, old style, 4-1. 39 seconds left. It's all but assured that Ultimate sweep this.
Oh, this is crazy stuff. I mean, we were, I was looking at the prediction sheet. Almost everybody predicting GK on this one just based on recent results. But the Ultimates, they have to remind you every once in a while that they are top tier. They made it to the grand finals in Birmingham. They played Corp. Well, it's looking like that's who they're going to play in the upper bracket semifinals once they take down GK.
First Killer in prime First Killer mode right now. And that's just dangerous for almost any team not named Corp.
And also, give some credit to LJ as well. LJ's
for sure
so fast.
Absolutely.
Getting those beautiful passes. Chronic's been putting away the shots that he's had to. This is all around a scary looking Ultimates team.
GK, the time is out. You might be able to get a goal for the road, but your time at this stage of the
There's a lot we got to unpack here. I've got First Killer with me from the Ultimates. First off, congratulations on the win. This was a big one.
Thank you, Leaf.
Now let's look back all the way to Raleigh even, because obviously, I was talking to you after the event. That one hit hard. That didn't feel good. What was that step, I guess, for you personally and mentally to get yourself back into the shoes of we still got to win. We still got Worlds and everything coming up.
Honestly, it wasn't too tough. Like we knew we played really well that first day, and the second day everything kind of just fell apart. So we knew that we have the potential to beat those top teams and be one of the best teams.
Right.
So we just had to, go back, keep playing the game, and just like keep telling each other we're good players. We just gotta keep watching replays and making sure that we're on point.
Yeah, it's easy to like forget, okay, well, we lost and then get down in the dumps, but yeah, you're still one of the best. You're at Worlds right now. Now, obviously, going forward, looking at EWC, you played this squad, GK, before, and it didn't go your way. They knocked you out. How was it then facing them again? Like, was there a little bit of flashback? Was there a little bit of worry? What were the thoughts coming into this exact matchup now?
I think maybe we kind of wanted revenge because that was a bad loss. Like I think, like a team like us should never lose to like them. I mean, it's kind of mean, but I mean it's true. Like I think I love my team. Like they're great players, and I think we have such a high level that we shouldn't be like losing to them. So yeah, I mean I wasn't really worried at all. We watched some replays on them to make sure that we knew what was coming, and then yeah, we were prepared.
So I guess I want to look at like the larger narrative with them in focus, but the teams that do what they've done before have those kind of miracle runs, and it feels like GK does that a bit. What do you think is like that key factor or ingredient that allows in Rocket League a team to maybe pull that off sometimes?
I'm not honestly sure. It might be. I actually have no idea. Yeah, it just like randomly happens. Like you have the Gen.G from first play and then them. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It is crazy. Well, you were talking about the amount of work you guys putting in. I've heard some other teams putting in like so many hours every day. Was it the same for you, or was it maintaining a consistent schedule that was maybe more important, or was it let's put in more hours?
No, after Raleigh and EWC, we were like, yeah, we got to put more hours, and we started scrimming a lot more and just playing individually a lot more.
Hey, well, overall, you guys are looking super good. So I don't want to keep it longer. You've been pumping up your team, so let's go celebrate with them. Congratulations on the win. That was a good one. Big revenge match there for the Ultimates. More Rocket League, more great stories. You know what it is on the other side. You don't need me to tell you. Just stay tuned. Watch some more Rocket League with us, okay? Bye.